He looks a lot bigger now you just brought him over. What? What do you want me to say? It's a big about to go in there with an alligator. Okay, cool. American alligators actually used to be really threatened. In fact, there are only about 500 of them left in Florida in the wild. But what happened was rather controversial. The Floridian state actually decided to legalize alligator farming. So where alligators were poached for meat and poached for their leather and poached for other accessories, now they are farmed just like cattle, but that means that the wild alligator numbers are absolutely booming. More than ever before, humans are coming into contact with alligators. We are encroaching on the space that these alligators would normally live in. We're building these perfect waterways that are actually attracting the alligators in even closer to the areas where humans live. But without proper education, if a person sees an alligator like this, it can come as a bit of a shock. It can be identified as a problem gator. Once identified as a problem gator, a trapper will be sent out to locate the alligator and to catch it. It's then their job to either kill the alligator or take it to a refuge where it will live the rest of its days in captivity. Tell me if she's moving. We made it to Florida City. When I say made it, we're going on a bit of a unique tour tomorrow. This is Ewan's sleeping accommodation. It may look a little bit saggy. That's because there's concrete under the grass. We can't push these pegs in any further than that. But this is Dan and I's accommodation tonight. I'm basically going to try out my wetsuit for the first time as insulation to lie on. So I had a pretty duff night's sleep last night in a camper van, but hopefully it's all going to be worth it because we're now at Everglade Outpost. We're going to go swimming with a rather large alligator, but first let's have a look around.
He's got people in there right now, so he might just tell you to walk around the property and wait, so feel free to do so. I'm just going to be really preoccupied with the big tour here at 11.
So it's not a zoo though, is it? Are they all?
No, zoos are for profit. So we're a non-for-profit refuge, meaning
Right.
nuisance animals will get brought to us by the feds.
Right.
We house them.
And what defines a nuisance animal?
An animal that was illegally owned and needs to be removed from their ownership, and or alligators that have had interactions with people.
Okay. Wow, I have literally never ever seen a cougar before.
Yeah, that's Simba.
Oh, how old is he?
I really don't know. I think he's over 6.
And so did someone just report that he was illegally owned and then they find him?
What's up, baby?
Oh my god, he's like a cat. Well, he is a cat, but...
He's very aggressive. He just knows me pretty well by now. So he always...
Did he just make it... What was that sound he
purring.
made? That's for the smell,
I'll
I
catch
take it.
it. You always want to do this.
See.
You're not giving fingers up for grabs so he can smell you.
Can I let him smell me, or...?
You just
Like from a distance, I guess?
You can put it up, just don't put your fingers through.
Hello, mate. Oh my god, I thought they were fake.
Alright, well, he's in the water at the moment, but this is essentially the staging area. So he'll give you guys the timeline and directions when he gets a chance.
Cool. How was it? Have you been in?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a lot more calming than you would think. It's really calm.
Were you scared?
Yes.
He's moving a lot more than I thought he'd be moving, if I'm honest. I thought you said that he just floats and then everyone else just swims around him.
Okay,
This guy also, though, this guy is pretty intimidating. I'm pretty sure he's staring me out right now. All of these guys here And they're only like, I mean, they're juvenile, so they will have just been seen carrying out normal gator behaviour, and then somebody who maybe doesn't fully understand much about that behaviour has put them in here. Because once they make that call, it's either death or here, jail. I mean, it's better than being euthanized, I suppose. I mean, they seem like they're okay socially together, but it's not really living, is it? They don't even need to like go out and eat somebody's dog or annoy somebody's child. They literally just have to be sighted in public, and then that person, no matter how close they are to the home, can then just make a call, and that's it. They've got a mark on them. Hello. Oh my goodness.
Friend to say hi.
Ha.
Who's this?
There's a little friend.
This is. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name already.
I suppose there's so many of them.
Yeah, they're quite a bit. I think we have like over 300.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys want to grab, hold, take pictures?
Sure. You got some claws on you.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
She's just getting comfortable.
Yeah.
She's a little over 3 years old.
They're quite strong already.
Yeah, all that meat in the tail.
Yeah.
Muscle.
Is that actually the meat? Is that if somebody was a crocodile farmer, that's what they would be eating, the tail part?
Good stuff.
That's the tasty bit.
That is.
So how did this one particularly end up here?
So what happens is a lot of our gators that come here are nuisance gators, meaning that somebody fed them while they were out in the wild. So what happens is that when someone goes, to the Everglades or wherever, they start to approach humans, and they don't fear humans anymore, which is a problem because they end up in your backyards, your pools.
How often does that actually happen?
Quite often.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be very surprised. There's a huge fine for feeding gators out in the wild. But
why do people feed them then?
Because they either don't know, or they...
Is this like bears where they want to get the picture?
Yeah, they just want the picture for the Instagram or whatever. And it's, you can get clothes or whatever, take photos here, in a controlled environment. But out in the wild, they're really just supposed to be left alone.
How come they can't release those gators?
Well, the problem is if you go up to that fence right there, and you have we have gator biscuits at the front that you could purchase, you throw it over the fence.
So they're totally food conditioned.
Oh yeah, they're totally conditioned to come over to humans and just feed.
That's a lot of, you're gonna get full.
Gators, yeah.
Like you must get to a point where you're like, oh my gosh.
But we're not the only ones, luckily.
They're quite a lot of.
Yeah, we have some more, even more in the back. Yeah, this is a lot here, but there's even more in the back. Yeah.
Is it true that the gators around like the urbanized canal systems are bigger than the ones in the Everglades now?
Absolutely.
Because they have so much more to eat.
Yeah.
And there's no dry and wet season.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big one.
Yeah.
That's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Which is why...
We're trying to get gators away from people, but then we've made the best habitat for them.
Of course. Which is why we end up with so many nuisance gators.
He's coming right for you.
Yeah. Feels that way.
Stop acting like prey.
You act like prey, you are prey.
How about like maybe you go here and I just get this.
Fun. Change the angle.
Casper.
What works better? You might be wondering what on earth I am doing right now in the water, and I'm gonna be honest, I am too. No, I'm really joking. This is actually an eco tour operator, which is unlike any other in that it lets you get in the water and up close and personal with American alligators. They have a whole load of misconceptions surrounding them, so experiences like these close and personal to the gators and learn more about their behaviour is actually helping to prevent this human-animal conflict that goes on. And what else do I want to say? There's a freaking gator behind me.
Two.
There's two gators behind me.